Tank, but who do you think is that other biggest?
Tank is the guy. He is the guy. He is the guy. He's the one that everyone like gets excited, They're waiting for him to announce his next when he's coming back. You know, anything that he does, people are just excited to see because he delivers. Each and every time he goes out there and gives the fans exactly what they want.
Knockouts.
Yes.
Beats the crap out of people. I've always said this with people, like if you have a fighter, it doesn't matter where they're from, if they don't speak English or not, if they're going in there and knocking people out and just beating the snot out of them, they're gonna get a fan base. Now, how big they become depends on a lot of other factors, but at the core, if they're knocking people out and beating the snot out of them, they're gonna gather a fan base.
Well, Tank is more than a knockout puncher. You know, you guys just haven't seen him go in his bag yet. Just hadn't seen him go in his bag yet.
You know, speaking of Tank, what's going on? Is he returning this year?
Wait and see.
Oh, come on, Leonard.
Wait and see.
You're fairly confident it will be this year.
Well, I'm very confident that when he's ready to go, he's going to let the boxing world know.
All right. Are you actively working on a fight, like, for him right now? Like, could you say that?
Discussions are being had.
Yeah. What'd you make of Rayo?
Good fight.
Yeah?
Good fight. I thought he boxed really, really good. I wasn't surprised at all.
You weren't? No. Why not?
No, because Pitbull is, with all due respect, very good fighter, but kind of like one-dimensional. With all due respect. He's a good pressure fighter, very entertaining, but he can be outboxed. He's got a good chin, but he definitely can be outboxed.
Did you feel that outright Rayo won the fight, or do you think, no, it was close? Outright.
How'd
you have it?
I didn't really score it, but it was easy.
For you to,
he made it look easy, which I fully expected Rolly to do that, but that didn't happen. And so, but Rayo did, props out to him and Robert Garcia. It's an outstanding fight. Great game plan, just boxed the guy, turned him, made him miss, and, scored.
Do you see Rayo getting in a fight with Gervonta now because of that win, because he got the title now? Do you see him moving up to 140 to get that title?
Why not? Why not?
Music to my ears.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
Why not? Why not? He's a good fighter. Why not?
Do you think if he were to move up, would he stay at 140, or do you see him kind of moving like back and forth between the weights?
I don't want to get into weight classes and all that. We were talking about that fight.
Yeah.
We were talking about that fight.
Yeah. But no, I was just saying, like, hey, if he wins a title in that division, like, why not stay there? There's a lot of other great fighters there too.
We'll have to wait and see.
They're very, very true. Very, very true. The fights play themselves out. What did Rolly learn from that loss with Pitbull? How is he? He looked good, by the way. He looked really, really sharp, but how is he?
I think that he overtrained a little bit in the last fight. I know he overtrained in the last fight. And I think that played a big factor, not making no excuses, definitely giving Pitbull his credit for taking care of business. But I think Rolly overtrained for that fight, and I'm pretty confident that he'll say this to you guys too. And so when that happens and you make one or two mistakes in the fight, then the outcome is what it was that night.
What type of conversations did you have with Rolly, like, after that fight?
We actually talk every day.
Oh, really?
After the fight.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him every day. He was disappointed, obviously, but not for so long. He understood that what happened in the fight, and you just move on. It happens. You got to give Pitbull credit. He took care of business that night, and I'm just excited for Rolly's return. He didn't get hurt in the fight, lived to fight another day, and here we are on September 14th with another opportunity.
Was there anything that you saw from that fight and you told Rolly, hey, I feel you need to tighten this up a little bit, or was there anything that you noticed from that you told him as advice going forward?
Most definitely I did. I did. And I just reiterated that 20 minutes ago. We know what happened in that fight. I'm looking for him to get back to being himself, being an explosive fighter, and we're going to see that on September 14th.
What do you see from Rolly in the future and coming into this fight?
I think he's going to be fighting big fights. But it starts with he's got to take care of business on the 14th, what I fully expect him to do that. He's going to open up the show, and I think that fight will end in a knockout within 5 rounds,
in
my opinion.
Okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
I like cards with knockouts. It's a good sign. You know, on that card, too, this one's been a little bit difficult for me to kind of diagnose and see who should be seen as the favorite, Lara and Danny Garcia.
Great fight.
How do you see that? Like, who should be the favorite in that fight?
The odds makers will probably have it maybe 50-50.
You think so, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any odds.
Because Lara's older now, but he's so good. He's just so technically good.
Yeah, he's technically good. Danny is too, though.
Yeah.
He's just been off.
Yeah.
He's just been off. It's a big fight for Danny. A big fight for both of the guys. I think that if Danny's able to pull off the victory, I think that he stamps his ticket to the Hall of Fame.
I think he's already there.
It could be
with
true.
The wins at 140.
Yeah, it could be true, but when you look back in the history of the sport, there's only been 2 fighters who've been able to move from super lightweight to win the title at super lightweight and also win the middleweight title. Only been 2 fighters in the history of the sport, and that's Oscar and Cotto.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. Win titles at 40 and 60.
Yeah, that's right. Cotto beat Sergio Martinez.
Yeah.
Who did Oscar? Was it Sturm?
He 60. Yeah.
Was it Sturm? It was Sturm. Yeah. That was Sturm. That was kind of a controversial fight too.
Yeah, it was.
But a lot of these fights are, quote unquote controversial. When you look at how it's shaken out now, like boxing, like I don't know, where do you see it going like the next 2 years? Because you have Riyadh season now coming in, putting on these cards. It's I don't know. Do you think it's like in a transition phase? Do you think it's like reshuffling? Like how do you see it?
I'm excited to see the big fights.
Yeah.
Don't really care who's making them. It's great for the fans, and we've seen some good fights being made, and that's what it's really all about.
Do you foresee Gervonta doing business with Riyadh season, with Turkey, to get some of these other fights that the fans want to see?
Well, I don't want to get into any details of Tank is going to be fighting. He's going to be busy, and he's going to be fighting in the biggest fights possible.
Well, hopefully it's soon, and soon, and we get some news coming up. Leonard, on an ending note too, what's been going on with you?
Just keeping busy. Obviously, I'm working this card. We got some other things coming up. Just excited.
Yeah?
Yeah, just excited.
Still going? Still got the energy? Still got the love for it?
Without a doubt.
Yeah?
Without a doubt. I'm always motivated to do things like that make sense.
So to you then, what are like some remaining goals you have that you want to see through at this point? Because damn, you've done pretty much everything.
Spend time with my family.
Well, that's the most important goal.
More time with my family and
work-wise.
Work-wise.
Yeah.
Pick and choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
So you're at that stage of your career that you can kind of do what you want to do.
And that's right now. But is there something like in particular, like, it would be really cool if I put together a fight that was in this place, or like, what? I want to go for like this record, or like, I really want to, I've been thinking about this project. I just want to see it through. Is there anything like that comes to mind?
A particular thing?
Yeah.
I love boxing. It's not anything in particular. Obviously, I'm working with Tank. He's the biggest guy in the sport. Excited for what lies ahead for him.
You've, what do they call it when you're, self-actualized, that's what they say. Would you consider yourself that? Like, you've done it all, so you're kind of like, you're happy, you're content, like whatever comes my way is more or less like a bonus.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's like living life, being happy. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's about, Leonard. All right, Leonard Ellerbe and Marcos Villegas here in Las Vegas. Thank you guys for watching us over here on Fight Up TV.